And you can join us. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Good evening to you, Kevin. Donovan Mitchell is precocious beyond his years. He says, I lead a lot using my voice. It's natural for me. And Coach Quinn Snyder said, the way Donovan carries himself is infectious. There's an innocence to the way he plays. He's not showboating, he's just smiling. He loves to compete. Guys?
I love his personality. That was a great story, Dave. Thank you. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Jalen Brunson out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Finney Smith in at the power forward. And for Utah, Conley is the point with Mitchell as the two guard. Bogdanovich out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the three. Look at Utah. Greg, no doubt, this is a defining moment for him, trying to even things up after 4 games. But if they lose this one, they'll be facing elimination on the road, and that would be dire.
Yeah, and that's why I expect tonight's crowd to be out of its collective mind. The fans in this city love this team. They feel a very close bond with these players. They're the sixth man that has to provide that energy if this series is to be knotted up.
I think you've nailed it. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Jazz. Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
You know what? At the end of the day, it wasn't as close as it should have been. There were lapses all night that led to the deficit they couldn't overcome.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And that one is good.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
First quarter, just over a minute played.
And the point guard, Jalen Brunson, I played against his father, Rick, for many years. And the young fella showing he might have what it takes to improve on his old man.
And that's coming from you, who knows a little something about father-son point guard duos. Maybe Cole will have a chance to do the same, young sir.
Ouch. Now Bullock, following the three-point attempt by Donovan Mitchell.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Bogdanovich wide open. Good on the triple.
Well, no hesitation from Bogdanovich in the catch-and-shoot situation. Beautiful.
Powell, the pass to Doncic. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Doncic with the steal. Here's Finney Smith. The shot's good.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense. That's just way too easy, guys.
The Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. O'Neal gets to Conley, kicks it out to Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Here's Brunson, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Mitchell against Brunson. The drive by Mitchell. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Off target with his three. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Mavericks ahead. They're up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, Donovan Mitchell may get the spotlight, but he understands that he rises and falls with his team.
At the end of the day, I'm here to play basketball and be the best teammate and best player that I can be. I'm not trying to make this about me. This is team basketball. At the end of the day, we're doing good things, and we just got to keep it up.
Mitchell is well-liked, has a humility about him, Greg. despite his all-star status.
Hasn't let the endorsements or signature shoe deal go to his head. This guy sees the bigger picture.
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've also made their mark in the paint. A lot of their scoring coming down low so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz. Eric Pascal out there with Whiteside. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 1.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Here's Alexander Walker. Clarkson for 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Powell, that's good.
Now, Powell, a terrific option in the pick and roll, knows to slash and finish.
And you know you're special when you're drafted 3rd and people still can't believe you slipped that far. That's how good Doncic has been in his young career.
The shot's good from Brunson. Brunson's got 6.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Alexander Walker. No points in the game yet for him. And it's Whiteside off the drive.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Doncic passes to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Powell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs. Here's Alexander Walker. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
There's the steal. Gay inside. Guarded by Doncic. Mavericks leading by 8. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. And here's Bullock from the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Pass to Powell. The 3 for Doncic. Hits the three-point bomb. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
It doesn't seem to matter where Luka Doncic is on the floor. His shooting ability is impressive.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do in the second half?
You just got to keep playing, keep taking the shots, and that's not the issue as much as us not executing on offense. When we don't score, sometimes our defense lags as well.
Everybody wants to see the ball go in the basket first, right? Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hello and welcome. And here in Game 4, you couldn't have drawn up a better first half for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, when you pass the ball the way they have, Ernie, I mean, this is the kind of scoring line you expect. The guys are in total sync, and the difference is the ball movement. I mean, they're moving the ball around, and it's striking.
Taking a look at the Jazz in this series. This game is as much of a must-win as an elimination game. Kenny, does that alter the approach of this team in any way?
Oh, without question. You got to tighten the rotations, Ernie. You have to treat it like it is an elimination game, that's for sure.
If they don't treat like it's an elimination game, they've already lost, Kenny. No room for error on their part.
And no room for us left on this show. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the second half.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round one. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
With so much on the line tonight, you have to be impressed with the way he came out and set the tone with his aggression.
You get the sense when there's big-time performances to be had, this guy wants to take part. You expect that this is a trend that will continue here.
On the floor for Dallas, Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4. And here's Conley outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Conley's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Jazz. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Here's Mitchell. Again, the Jazz score.
Well, this is where the freakish length of Rudy Gobert, so effective at reaching in and prying the ball away from the opposition.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Utah Jazz last season was elite at both ends of the floor. Sixth Man of the Year winner Jordan Clarkson says, 3 things we've been doing well are playing fast, sharing the basketball, and defense. We're playing a fun style of basketball and just keep racking up the wins. Guys?
They are fun to watch and a handful. D.A. thanks. Powell, that's good. Offensive stats and records always draw more attention to us, but the defensive skill level in the NBA right now is also incredibly high.
It is, Kevin. We talk about basketball IQ, and so often we're referencing the offensive end of the floor, how to manipulate pick and roll, how to read and react in some motion offenses. I think high-caliber, smart defensive players impact winning as much as anybody. Do you have game plan discipline? Do you know what your philosophy is? Do you understand the personnel on the opposite side? That takes work and it takes commitment, and I have great admiration for those guys.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 7. No one covering. Conley's got 6 points.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Here's Brunson. He's got 6. Shoots from the block. And it's Bullock missing.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
O'Neal kicks to Bogdanovich. Gobert with a screen for Mitchell. Banked in off the glass. He's got 9.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
The Mavericks leading. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Conley against Doncic. Inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A fader. And the shot goes in.
And that shot was huge as they try to stem the tide here and hang on to the lead.
Mitchell misses the jumper.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Mavericks lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
It's the 4th quarter crowd.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Rudy Gay is out there with Eric Paschal. Then it's Conley, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Clarkson in at the 2 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Pass to Brunson. Here's Finney Smith. Doncic outside, driving in, and Doncic throws it down.
Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
To the middle, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
And gotta respect the attitude there of Gay. If it's an important point in the game, he demands the ball.
Now, here's Doncic. Over Conley. And it's Doncic missing.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Jordan Clarkson unafraid of the big-time delivery.
Conley against Doncic. Kicks to Bullock. Passes it to Powell. Puts up a three. Runs in the pass to Finney-Smith. Hands it from downtown.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Clarkson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Powell. Bank shot. No good. Utah trailing here. Now the pass to Gobert. Clarkson against Doncic. Offensive rebound. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Powell with a screen on Conley. Doncic dishes to Powell. Back to Bullock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Doncic, here we go. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 1. There's 37 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And look at how much time they have. I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Different look for Utah. Bogdanovich is checked in for Eric Pascal. Royce O'Neal comes in for Rudy Gay. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Clarkson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. His message was clear. Let's not beat ourselves. We came in here with a plan. We executed. We're right in this thing. Keep doing what you're doing. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And here is Doncic. He kicks it to Powell. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Who wants the T-shirt? All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get loud for your chance, Denver.
There's 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. They grab their own miss. Conley with the 3. That one doesn't drop. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. And now they're sitting on a commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You can see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Here with Luka. You got the W, so what did you think about your performance?
You know, we got to win against a team that is very competitive. You know, they go hard no matter what. You know, they're a great team. And, you know, I'm just glad we got to win, and we got to keep going like that.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As New Balance presents our player of the game, Luka Doncic.